Well, hi and welcome to my little beauty studio. I'll give you a tour in a moment because this is, to me, obviously because I did it, right? No, I got the idea from somebody else. This is a refurbished armoire, which makes, it's actually a desk armoire, not a TV one, and it makes the perfect little beauty studio that even if you don't want to clean up all your mess, you just shut the door and it's gone for a while, but it also keeps all your stuff neat and tidy. So I'll show you what I did with this. It's always a work in progress, but I'm going to show you what we're going to do today. I've already tried one set of these, so I've had a bit of the learner's curve, and I love them. I had seen from some other YouTubers that they just weren't impressed. Now, maybe I'm just a little bit more white trash. But I like me these drugstore Kiss brush-on gel nail kit. And it's just the tips. Just the tip. And, of course, because I love it, they don't make it anymore. It's my curse. I usually don't say out loud when I like something, but they had already discontinued it before I discovered it. So the universe was being proactive in denying me the things I like. But I pick them up when I can find them on eBay or Amazon Marketplace. So it comes with 2 full manicures. So I've already done one and made all the mistakes. Now maybe I won't like it so much in the second one because I blamed all the things I didn't like on my mistakes. So it comes with, I'm going to show you, I already have it pretty much laid out, but it comes with a bunch of sized tips like that. The little numbers on the top that let you know the size. But I found this sizing is way different than other sizing that I use. So I picked out all my sizing. And excuse the roots, this is coronavirus hair. One thing I don't know how to do myself yet is my hair. So I'm getting there. One reason I haven't learned is because this pink gets everywhere and I've already ruined my bathroom and we want to remodel it. So I won't be doing my pink or even washing my hair in there anymore. We're going to get a utility sink in the laundry room, and that's where I'm going to wash my hair. Where it's okay. It's a utility sink. It's meant to get a little, nah. All right. So I got these big floppy sleeves on. Probably not the best for doing nails. So I'll be rolling them up. Because this is just nice, warm, and comfy wool. So what is in the package? So you have the brush-on gel, otherwise known as super glue, because that's what it smells like. It's glue. They call it brush-on gel. It doesn't need a UV light. It's not gel. The activator, which melts the glue, and brush cleaner. Now, one thing I'd already learned and other YouTubers had complained about, the brush on this gel, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this second set. We'll see. It gets wonky after the first set. I ordered some additional brushes, but they haven't come in yet. I'm going to go check downstairs for Amazon, but I don't think they've come in yet. So we're going to have to do it, or I need to find, oh, it looks like it kind of recovered a little bit. No, it's stiff as fuck. Well, we'll see. I'm trying to think if there's anything I have an old brush on that I can use. This you could go, oh, you could just use the brush from this activator, but psych! There's no brush on it. It's just a little container because you have the brush cleaner brush. Now, I suppose you can use this when you know you're getting more brushes in. We'll see. Now, they tell you at the end that you can put a cover of gel or polish or things on it. Now to me, to put polish would defeat the purpose of the white tips. Last time I really fucked it up and put all kinds. I put so much polish on it just to try to cover my mistakes that it like formed its own nail and came off and kept the little extensions on. But what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to use the E-Nail Couture base gel. It's clear on top because these are very thin when you put them on. You do need more, I think, for strength. I heard some other YouTubers say they broke off. Of course, I built mine so big last time they weren't breaking off. So I'm going to put a layer or maybe 2 of this base gel on top. And then for my top coat, I'm also going to use E-Nail Couture Shiny. As you can tell, I love E-Nail Couture. They take way too long to deliver, but I love them anyway. So, let me give you the tour of my booty studio. Be right back. All right, hi. I'm filming this at night. I didn't want you to get blinded out by the lights, so I have it kind of dim, and I put a little portable light up there faced away from you. But here we go. First, let's open it in all of its glory. So when you come into my room, so there it is. I have lights on, and it normally wouldn't look like that. I've got this nice old wooden office chair, and I put a little donut seat on it. So when you come to the armoire, you open it up. I've got some motion lights that come on underneath. So here I have all my brushes, got some cosmetics down there. On this side we have one mirror with lights that we're not going to turn on so it doesn't blind you. I'm going to put more stuff down there. This is medicine cabinet stuff. So got hairsprays and things like that. Got some things even stored on top. Nail stuff. Whoop. Eyeshadows, more nail stuff. Eyeliners. In here, you got to move this out, but in here I've got stuff. And here I've got drawers, eyelashes, foundation, all kinds of stuff. There I've got all kinds of stuff. Got a nice light bar there that's super bright that I'm not going to turn on because it will blind you, but you get the idea. And underneath you can see I have my motion lights and a long power bar. So let's go now to the bottom. So in the drawer I've got things for lipstick and, you know, all kinds of goodies. Back in there, my hair dryer and curlers and more hair stuff here. Goes all the way back. I mean, I got stuff everywhere. Every inch is used. And here, more nail gear, another nail lamp. And here is waxing supplies. Now, on the desk part, this is just stuff I have out because I'm about to work on my nails. I put that all away when I'm done. I've got a spot for everything. So, depending upon what project I'm doing. So I'm all, whoop, I messed those up. I'll have to redo those, but so right now I'm in the process of, as you know, doing that kiss set. Okay, now let's step back a little. The top isn't wasted. Got some wigs. The hair on my head right now, as you can tell by the roots, is my natural hair. Dyed, but I also like wearing pink wigs. And then a bunch of little hair, you know, hair irons, some more nail stuff. Then we go along to the side. On the side there I have all my nail polish. So every inch of space is used with more to spare because I haven't put anything on the other side yet. So I find this very useful. I bought the armoire on Facebook Marketplace for $25 and it's solid wood. As you can see, it matches the furniture in the rest of my room. And there's a beagle. It matches the beagle. So, hope you enjoyed that. So now, let's do our nails. All right, so we have our little, let me get these cords out of the way. We have our nails made up here. Now, I have to remember the instructions from last time. I'm going to rough up my nails a little bit. Pardon me for the sneezing that I'm having to edit out. I'm going to put on some desiccator, and we got this little buffing thing here we can use. I'm going to put on desiccator and some protein primer too. I think I did that last time. Good thing I had all these bottles of 91% alcohol prior to the pandemic. Okay, getting off the dust. Okay, this is also from eNail Couture. One thing I don't like about eNail Couture is you can never read the labels. So I put on the top 1 and 2, desiccator, primer, because otherwise I'm sitting there trying to read, and they need to change. Look, you think you can read those ingredients or anything that's on the back there? Hell no. All right. I'm going to move these nails to the side for right now. Maybe right there, because I want to put my little hand pillow down. I can move that over. Okay. So, and again, as you can see, my hand pillow is eNail Couture. I'm a big Max Estrada fan. So I do think it's time I start trying some other products to learn. I think I'm going to pick up the Caprice Full Coverage Soft Gel. I really like the eNail Couture version, but I want to try some other ones. I think Kira Skies also has some. Now, the KISS instructions tell you to start with your less dominant hand. I don't know why, but let's do that. So I'm going to put the protein bond on there first to give it a chance to dry while I go and do the other hand. Now, I used to think all these pre-steps before primer was bullshit, but I've really learned, at least with like extensions and stuff, they're key. To me, I used to think base, they said before primer, I meant before base. I remember thinking base coat was bullshit. Just seemed like more ways to sell you shit and take time, but girls learned her lesson. Let that dry a bit. Have a soda break. What the first step was, if I remember correctly, was to take your glue, start with the pinky. So as you can see, you put on a little glue right on that little lip there. Now, one thing you have to be careful of that I kept doing last time is I glued them on crooked. Don't do that. And what I mean by the little well is that little part where it's not white. It's a little lip. And hold it by the tab, which is really, really convenient. And don't slather on the glue. It does not take much. You don't want it squirting out the edges. Now this finger is a little crooked, so it makes it tough. And you just hold it down for a few seconds. And then I press it on the edges. Whoop, didn't hold it down enough. Let's try again. Might need to put more glue. Yep, needs more glue. It's because that finger's my wonky finger. It's not very straight, and I get paranoid with it. See, look, I've got that. Look at the way that finger curls in, too. It's like, right. Something got fucked up with my hands in the womb. And also before, I put the lip too far up, and it wasn't going to last as long if it grew. And on some of them, you saw that little gap. But that's an easy mistake to make. And I'm sure I'll make it a couple times even on this set. Of course, me with my little short stubby nails, I really have no choice but to put them kind of far down. See that one I put on a little crooked, but not really. With my crooked ass fingers, you can never tell. You will be sealing this edge, so don't stress too much. And this is really like super glue, so be careful not to touch it when you're flipping it around. I've done that enough too. Be advised that there's only 2 of each size too, which sucks for me because 2 of my fingers, I forget which 2 now, are the same size. So I really need 4 of one size, but I made it work. I didn't have this happen last time where I had to keep re-gluing it. But I also screwed up my thumbs way more. This one's a tiny bit small. See, you can see I put it too far on this end. We'll live. I'll have to file it down a little on that end. Be careful of that. But I was kind of between sizes on the thumb. And normally I'd go bigger and file it down, but these are not very sturdy. And I don't want to be using an E-file. Okay, now as you can see, and very prominently on the thumb, because of how I messed up that nail, there is a lip. That one is you can barely feel it. Same here, it's my thumb that's really thick. Yeah, I kind of screwed that one up a little bit. It'll probably end up coming off. I saved the other ones, scooting it a little bit if I can. I saved the extra pieces, so if it does come off, I can fix it. Next step is to take the tabs off. Do not twist them. What you do is you pull them forward, back, it's off, and then you file just that little rough edge. Get my little trash can. So forward, back. And it does file down really easy. All right, so the tips are all on. Next step, if I remember correctly, is you take some more nail glue and just put a little bit on the seam and let it dry. Now here is where you're going to want to have a paper towel or some little lint-free little pieces like I have in my bowl here. My beautiful little candy dish. So let's get some of those out. Put them on the side here. Because it's not dry yet. Give it a minute. Okay, once the glue is dry, you're going to take your brush cleaner, do a little bit along the edge there. And each time, wipe your brush off before you re-dip it. And sometimes you could do 2 at one time. All right, keep brush cleaner open. Open your activator and your glue. Okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna put, now thin coats. You're gonna put a thin coat, well they call it the gel, but it's glue, but let's just call it the gel because that's what they call it. A thin coat of the gel. Then take the brush from your brush cleaner, dip it in your activator. Whoop, I got way too much, and put a thin layer of activator. Remember, I'm doing my non-dominant hand first, that's why I'm kind of shaky. And then put a thin thing of activator, wipe off your brush, put it back in the cleaner. And go and do that. Whoops, I did forget a step. Damn it. That's okay, we only did one nail. And that one didn't have much of a seam. The step I forgot was you're supposed to file down this seam. So, not too much, and I'm gonna use this other file I have, but you wanna do is blend that seam in. I'm not gonna do it on that pinky since I already started the gel there. Okay, I'm gonna show you an error. I filed it too much. I got it nice and smooth, but as you can see, I nicked right there. I am going to use some white nail polish to fix that. Okay, this is Hollow Taco, not milky white. It's a good 1 coat or almost 1 coat white. I put just a very little to try to get that smile line back. Yeah, that might have made it worse. I think what I'm going to do is file it down after the nail polish dries to rough it up and make it not so bright. Because you can see, that's super noticeable. We'll see what we can do. I don't really have like an off-white. Might end up having to redo that nail. But we shall see. Or make it an accent nail and just put some bling on it. Why not? That's the way I fix both sewing mistakes and nail mistakes. Why not? That might work. When in doubt, bling. Okay, So back to putting on the gel. You're gonna do all your nails and then go and do another coat. You can even do a third coat, but instead of that, I'm gonna be using my base gel. And that will add some thickness and strength. Going in and doing the rest. If you use too thick of coats, it won't self-level. And I've got a little paper towel off to the side there that I'm wiping off on. Oh, and after you do the 2 coats, you do a third one, but not activate it and let it self-level. But let's get there. I'm putting a lot of glue on the edge there because that edge looked a little suspicious to me. God, not doing your non-dominant hand's such a pain in the booty. Pain in the booty. Well, so much for that. Bling to the rescue. Give me an excuse to try some of my new gemstones from Nail Couture. And some fun jelly, or yeah, I think it's called Fun Jelly. All right, let's put the glue on. All right, that's 1 coat. Now to go do the second. Now I will say, this is really good for beginners. I'm a beginner. I guess I'm now beyond beginner a little bit. Low intermediate maybe. But I could have done this when I was very, very first starting out. But I would have been intimidating even at looking at that kit, to be honest. So if that's you, don't feel bad. I know it seems like all these ladies on YouTube just kick ass at everything. And they probably do. But there's some people all thumbs. So if you're all thumbs, you're singing the song of my people. So now what they say to do is to put 1 last coat of the gel and let it level. You don't do anything else with it, just let it dry. Again though, don't be fooled. This isn't really gel, which you'll know the minute you smell it. It's like a glue you use for dips. And speaking of something I suck at, I gotta work at dips. The colors are so pretty, and I make such a fucking mess out of them. Okay. All right, we'll let that dry. And what I found really helps, seal your gel glue tightly, shake it around, and let the brush get all saturated. And to me, that kind of preserves that brush. That little piece of glitter there. Well, you can never have too much glitter. Let's seal up this stuff because we're done with it until we do the other hand, but I'm not gonna do that other one on camera. I'm gonna do 1 full hand, go do the other one, and then show you the completed work. Okay, that dries really fast. That's dry. It's shiny because it's just a shiny liquid, but it's dry. So now we're gonna go in with a coat of base gel. And I've got my, as you can see, my, whatchamacallit, my lamp here. So as I tend to do, is I do my thumb first. I don't really want to show you that thumb, it's awful. And I'm putting a really good thick coat on that just because I need to really even that thumb out. And I'm gonna cure it longer. It might just need 1 coat of that base jelly because we're also putting a top coat. All right, let's do the thumb. I kind of move this to the edge so I can do it. All right, and as I reminded you while that's going, I think I'm gonna cure it for 90 rather than just 60, maybe even 120. The top coat we're going to use, and I am also gonna, nope, I'm gonna wait, I'm not gonna do my thumb right now, I'm gonna do it when I have them all done, is this shiny from Nail Couture. And don't you just love that bottle? But part of the problem is it's so tall, it only fit on the top shelf of my little bottle caddy. But it's just adorably sweet. Okay, so that is my base gel, which of course is a little sticky, as gels are wont to do. Well, at least these kind. Okay, this is actually gel, it's not glue. Now we're gonna do the rest of them, and I'm really gonna go over that seam there. And gel will level. That's one good thing about it. I see I've got like a little dip here. I'll try to build up a little. That is one thing I noticed with them. They don't really have a C curve. So you can get some kind of little weird mountains and valleys. So when I am gonna do another coat, and I'm not gonna go all the way to the end on those. If you see those weird dips. Okay, I'm gonna cure. 60 seconds. Okay, that was round one of it. So now I'm gonna do a little building with some of this. Try to do a little structure, at least a little bit, which means I'm gonna do two at a time and cure. All right, that helped a little with that shape, with those shapes. So now let's put a thin coat on the ones that didn't really need that work. Okay, that's going to be it for the base gel. All right. Now, I'd also, just to let you know, did get in some tips from E-Nail Couture, some white tips. So I'm sure if Max saw this, he's gonna be like, why aren't you using my tips, girl? And I'll be like, well, I wanna do all my fuck-up mistakes on the cheap shit. All right, now with the shiny, and this is a beautiful gel top coat with a little bit of glitter in it, you see? But it's nice and thick, so it will add structure as well. But you see that nice, less is more with this, doesn't? But you see that nice glitter in it. Can never have, I'm such a magpie. You can never have too much bling. Of course, it looks shitty on this Franken thumb, but it'll look great on the other ones. So curing the thumb by itself, and then I'm gonna do the others. And I'm still planning on what I'm gonna do to fix that thumb. I might, well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna put glitter or gems. I'm gonna do something to try to fix it. All right, I'm gonna put some shiny on the other four. Probably could have gotten away with just this, a couple coats of this, if you liked the intense, more intense glitter, rather than any of that base gel, because this is pretty thick. A little dab will do ya. Right, here you go. I'm gonna wipe it off, even though I think this is a no wipe top coat-ish. I always wipe. Remember, wipe, boys and girls. So, get out my alcohol. Okay, there it is, all wiped and shiny. And I'm gonna go do my other hand. Now you can still see the seams a little bit. Again, this isn't your highest quality, but that glitter sure distracts from that. Without that, I think would be no bueno. Okay, finished the thumb. And you thought it couldn't get worse? I'm gonna nail shame myself, and then I'm gonna devastate this thing and start over. But, yeah, this is what happened. Don't ask. Don't ask. It's like a magpile. Magpile, that's a good word for it. Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking. The glitter fairy shat. This bitch is coming off, and I'm gonna... Yeah, that is something. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Oh.